Hi, and welcome to the third video of the micro course Pregnancy with Fibromyalgia, Arm Yourself with Knowledge. We have talked introduction, why we're here, what we're doing, and we have talked pregnancy with fibromyalgia. Now it's time to talk nursing with fibromyalgia. Now, it's another one of those areas where nobody can guarantee how it will go for you, whether it will be easy, whether it will be difficult. And it was pretty split. It was very varied in my surveys. I did 2 informal surveys to inform the writing in my book, Pregnancy and Fibromyalgia. And it's very varied. Some people managed to even breastfeed longer than a year, and some people didn't manage to do it at all. And I'm not here to tell you what you should or shouldn't do, but I am going to share my tips that I have formulated. I had a pretty rough experience the first time, ended up expressing exclusively. After learning that expressing was even a thing you could do late in the game, and by 8 weeks we were done, and I hated it, and I had such terrible memories of it that I didn't even want to try with number 2, but I knew that I should. And luckily I did find it a bit easier. Unfortunately, he had quite bad reflux and needed thickened formula in the end. But knowing that mixed feeding was an option got me going straight away. It was not such an issue. Nothing was as stressful. And I was able to give my baby 12 weeks of that precious liquid gold. So I was pretty happy about that. And I'm feeling very positive about giving it a go the third time. So based on my experiences and the research that I have done, I have some tips. Try to rest as much as you can. So, I mean, you've just had a baby, you've just finished pregnancy. Who knows how long labor was for you? It was long for me, and you're probably not sleeping all that much, so rest. Also, try to eat as well as you can. I don't know about you, but I was ravenous. I was starving hungry for the first few weeks of nursing. So do try to give your body good food and to listen when it's asking for food. And likewise, drink lots of water. You need a lot of water to produce milk for your baby. Make yourself as comfortable as possible. Whether you're expressing or feeding, you do need to be comfortable. I like the idea of laid back feeding. So you lie back at about a 45-degree angle, so you are completely supported, so pillows behind your head, and then you let baby lie on top of you. That's actually a really helpful position if you have oversupply or if baby has reflux as well. So expressing could be an option to enable you to continue feeding if it is too difficult, but remember to be as comfortable as possible while expressing also. I liked the Unimum brand. It was pretty affordable for an exclusive hospital grade double expressing machine, but I've recently published a new article about pumping or expressing with fibromyalgia. Fibromyalgia doesn't have that much to do with it, to be honest, but I do recommend some pumps and some tips around that, so I'll link to that. And mixed feeding is definitely an option. So if your midwife or lead maternity carer will not discuss it with you, then come and ask us on the Pregnancy and Fibromyalgia group or have a Google. Really, it's such an amazing option knowing that it's not all or nothing. So I read research just after I finished nursing my second son that said even 2 months of mixed feeding was protective against SIDS, so I was really proud of that. And that kind of moves on to the next tip, is know that whatever you manage is awesome and you cannot fail. You'll be a great mother whether you feed physically, by expressed breast milk, or by formula. A fed baby and a happy mama are both minimum requirements, and your well-being does count as much as the baby's. And it might actually go well for you, and you might feed effortlessly for 18 months. Some people in my survey did. And about as many people got to 12 months as got to 6 months. So it's not really as dire as some of the research makes it sound. I know that there is very limited research available, but it doesn't put it in the most flattering light. and ask for help. So there's lactation consultants at hospitals and usually organizations that will help, like the La Leche League. They can be helpful. Sometimes these places can be a little pushy, so if you don't want to continue nursing, or if you even want to express, so just remember to advocate for yourself. And also talk to your doctor before giving birth so you know what medicines you can take during nursing. Some medicines that are okay during pregnancy are not during breastfeeding, and vice versa. And that is actually part of my module 4 tips for the post-birth period. So in the course, there's a module dedicated to making plans for coping at the end of pregnancy and for early labor, and then for those 6 weeks, which I said in the previous video, it's really important. I find planning ahead really important. When you're falling into a place where you're getting more fatigue and more pain, I find it really difficult to remember the things you can do to help yourself. And so sometimes I end up suffering a little bit needlessly because I haven't just consulted my list and started working through the options. So I hope this helps. This is just a brief introduction to nursing. There is an entire module in the course, and do come along and chat to the Pregnancy and Fibromyalgia group, and we'll see you with the next video, which is parenting with fibromyalgia.